What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new YouTube video. We were starting off with some shoulder rehab, and right in the beginning I want to show my top 3 rehab exercises that I would say helped me the most in getting my shoulder joint healthy again and actually being able to push my pushing days as much as I did now after all the comps, and actually being able to maintain and increase strength in various exercises. And that is also very much due to the fact that I included these heavy rotations coupled with full range of motion rear delt training, usually with a dumbbell. It can also be done on pec deck flies. I mean, if you can do reverse pec deck flies, probably a similar effect. But what I felt was when I rotate my fist inward, then I usually seem to feel the movement itself less in the back of my shoulder, but overall it just feels better for the shoulder joint itself, if that makes sense. Lastly, we also had some classic dumbbell Ys. Honestly, very humbling exercise, because this is the exercise where I by far thought I could do more than I can actually do, and you can see me do that with only 4 kilos. With the other exercises, I tried working myself up each week by 1 kilos. So I believe in the video or in this clips previously it was like around 10 kilos. But this exercise, the Ys, I can only really do with maybe 4 kilos. And it's really hard, because the longer your arms are, the more you are actually working against a long lever. And it was also quite nice to work different areas of your rear shoulder exercise, because here I also had a lot of soreness afterwards in between my traps. It's working the lower traps as well, really forcing to work the entire upper back. And having done that, we're ready to go into the main exercises for this day. And currently I took out bench pressing entirely, and I'm only pushing and trying to do more on dips. And as you can see, I tried doing that by increasing each week by roughly 5 to 10 kilos. And so this week, it was my last week of this current block, of this rehab block. So I did 80 kilos, I believe, for a random single. Just wanted to see how it feels to push this kind of exercise. Didn't quite feel good on the shoulders, to be honest, but nothing too major. So I also did my top set, or my legit top set on dips with 60 kilos additional weights for 5s. Have to say, currently my body weight sits around 114 kilos. So plus the extra weight, that is, I would say, a decent dip overall. Even though I have to say, I see that many of the people doing calisthenics and weighted calisthenics especially, they're super strong, and I just see so much potential to build up more pressing strength, especially for powerlifting. If you also train movements such as pull-ups or dips weighted, I can really see the benefits there, because in some sense you're capping or handicapping yourself by introducing these harder movement patterns where you also have to stabilize a lot more, but in return get probably more muscle activation. The rest of my workout really just focused on training the chest, stretching the chest muscle and contracting it as much as possible. I have to say, currently I am very much looking forward to get back into a powerlifting split, but at the moment it is kind of hard to get fully back yet, because my knee has healed very nicely, but it is not at the point where I can say that in a squat movement, for example, or in a deadlift movement, my right leg would take the equal amounts of load as my left foot would. And this is not as great, because if I then start pushing weights, I can be almost 100% certain that I will introduce shifts and uneven load balances within my body, potentially leading to injury in other places. So say you introduce in a squat, if your left leg is handling way more of the load, you might introduce a hip shift, which then could cause, for example, lower back pain, etc. So I have to work hard at the moment actually to remain patient and wait for the right time to come back and introduce the proper big three movements again. Probably I will start first with bench press again, since my upper body and my shoulder as well as my back and chest have healed nicely, and I feel like I am ready to push weights on bench again. And then I think next will be the deadlift. The deadlift is an easier movement, especially if I'm going to decide to go conventional, because then I have to really also let my hamstrings and my back do the work. And when training my right leg and the knee and the leg with the knee that had the injury, I recognized that it was easier for me, or power as well as the stability and muscle mass in my right hamstring seemed to be coming back quicker than my quad. So naturally this makes more sense than that the deadlift is an easier full body compound movement that can be introduced after the surgery now. And I believe finally, not in the next block but the block after, we will introduce squats again, and I can't wait to be squatting again with both feet. I believe probably I will already introduce some sort of squatting next block, and that will be probably Bulgarian split squats, so single leg squats, and try and push the strength in both legs there and get it even. And then I don't see an issue to continue with proper squats again. That will be the plan for the upcoming next few weeks. We'll probably write my new plan and then be excited about at least pushing bench again. That being said, guys, really appreciate you watching. Really just showing at the moment my fun push-pull bro split kind of plan that is working quite well. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's also sometimes nice to not take your training too serious without taking a real break from it. I believe I dropped my body weight significantly and improved my other health measurements considerably, so I take it as a win. Hope you enjoyed it. Wish you all the love, all the power. Have a good one.